Hey guys, day 3 here with El Toro. We're building this thing in 8 days. It's going to be an 8-second car, an 8-second ride. Ride the bull, 8 seconds. Today we are going to finish the cage install. We are going to wrap up a lot of things like a shifter plate. We're going to try and seal up the firewall and start laying out all the interior as far as seat belts, parachute release, door net, window net, all that stuff. And hopefully by the end of the day have it back to rolling and head over to the other shop so we can install anti-roll bar and battle box, torque boxes, whatever you want to call them. And hopefully, we're going to take tomorrow off, Sunday, and then Monday morning, hopefully we can drop the motor and tranny in. Brad and the guys are down there assembling the Coyote. We're just waiting on springs to come in Saturday delivery so we can get those installed. And it's going to be a wild day, especially for Saturday, so keep watching.
Oh, hey, James. Oh, we got Herb over there.
Morning.
Say hey, Herb.
I'm back.
Finally. Herm's over here working on the cage.
Well, my life went.
Woo. Even Tyler's here. Look at that.
Oh, hey guys.
Well, welcome to the show.
Brought the Pop-Tarts, brain food, and Mountain Dew.
Oh, no, we need that for the tail light. Oh, don't be cutting that out. It's a classic. You can't find the parts anymore.
Yeah, right.
They already spiced it in.
Oh, did they have a trailer or something?
I don't know. What did they add the green wire for?
It goes over here.
Oh, you probably jumped to the other. So they must have lost the brake light and had to jump her.
There's another one.
Dang.
Oh yeah, they do have a trailer.
Oh, dope.
What?
And maybe they just. That's how they wired the brake light.
Yeah.
They took the harness out.
Yeah, they took the, yep. Let's put the little
That's
trailer
pretty
on it.
common actually, but it's
Yeah.
going to be fun to make them work.
My Cutlass came stock with the trailer light hookup on it.
That's classy.
I know.
It's a G-body, that's why.
It's real nice, Clark.
Hole, so we can mount the shifter to it. Sure. And then a couple of the firewall holes. So that one I'm not worried about because it just goes into the cowl, but like a plate.
All that.
And then we can just drill and make our own screw holes. So as long as it's just regular, the shape, we can just kind of use some button heads for that. Okay. And then probably need to make some brackets for the seat backs.
Oh, okay.
If you got those two things done, I think we'd be sitting pretty good.
Yeah.
Just brighten my day, Chad.
Hey,
Hey, Chad.
how you doing?
Good.
Are you gonna give him the keys to Wally?
We don't have much tire left on Wally, but we might get that spare out.
Oh, Wally.
What are you working on here, James?
Gonna get the dash out. I think we're gonna add a dash bar to this cage so then we can mount some stuff to it. So
Oh, nice. Okay.
go ahead and get the dash out and not much holding it in there anymore. So as soon as he gets out done, we'll pop that out and go from there. This El Toro car is a perfect representation of how Motion Raceworks got started, and ironically it's the same type of car that we started with, which is a notchback Mustang. We started with an LS. I couldn't afford to buy all the name brand parts, and then there was just simply a lot of parts that didn't exist in the world. And you know, if you have a standard 2-car garage and you have like a MIG welder and a cheap drill press or just a hand drill and a vise, a lot of these parts aren't really that easy to make. They take you forever and ever. If you can't get the materials, if you can't find all the components, and if you only have a few days a week to work on it, it's just a pain in the butt. So it's really ironic that as we dive into this car, we find more and more things. The Fox Body has been done a million times, but even as we dive in, we're finding more and more things that we can improve, make easier. I'm just looking at it and I give Tyler a list of things, and that's the essence of what Motion Raceworks is and what we're trying to accomplish. it definitely shows if you try to build a car in our shop or with our catalog. It makes things so much easier. Like, oh, I got this problem. Oh, we actually have a part for that. And I think as the years go on, it's going to make making a 8, 9, 7, 6 second car that much easier for the standard person, because when we think of parts, we think of who's building it, what tools do they have, how can we make it easier, and how can we make it simpler and give them a perfect working solution that doesn't require any modifications. So that's pretty much it. In a nutshell, what we just talked about, what we're doing with Tyler, while they might be simple things, we do that every single day with different cars, with different platforms, different parts, different combinations. And you know, within the last 5 years, the amount of cool parts that we've developed that make building a car is just awesome. And knowing how hard it was the first time I built a car till now, and how easy it is now, it's pretty amazing to be a part of this and have a team that's behind us doing the same thing. I don't know what to do with my hands. The cool thing is now we have a whole team of people doing it, and while these products might not make it instantly to the market, or maybe never, there's throughout this car, I've already got about a list of like 20 ideas. I keep the notes in my phone of things we can build next. So, you know, we're on a short timeline here, but we're going to circle back and we're going to make all kinds of new stuff based on what we needed to do to complete this car. So you'll see a lot of this coming to fruition very soon.
Hold down.
Okay, we'll just put this back on.
Looking good.
You look at
Gave notice of that.
Nice template, huh?
version 1. Printed on paper, it's cheaper than metal. Oh, you can't beat that, Jim.
Oh yeah, that's pretty damn close.
Welding!
Kind of dropped the ball on that one.
Well,
We're not flexo in this one?
I guess not.
See, this one falls pretty well. Yeah. On it still, but yeah, out top it's pretty.
we got a winner yet, Tyler?
Version 3. right on the money. That way when I put it on there, I know where I can drill for rivets.
Oh yeah, okay. Perfect.
And then I just kind of line it up there and pull this and know not to drill there and there. Ready to rip.
Bringing out the big guns.
That's darn right. We ain't screwing around now.
So how many cages have you built? Is this your number 120 or
Number 2, actually.
number 2?
Well, number 4.
There we go.
I forgot I
So
built a
you're an
couple
experienced cage builder.
amateur. Amateur tattoo artist.
does at this gap, so I think.
I know, if you pull it diagonal, you'll pull it out, you'll pull it back away.
I'm trying to close that gap.
I know, it's hidden here. I'm trying to get this corner out of there.
What do you think?
Getting there. Slowly but surely. Gotta have my pedal guy with me.
Go back to. Go. Well, you have to go way down. There you go. Roll too tight. We'll clean up. Yep. How's the weld life going?
Going. That side's done. Thanks.
All done there.
I don't know, you might want to check it, make sure it went all the way around.
Inspect it.
You're the inspector, aren't you?
Well, I don't know about all that, but
There's Chad.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Warren installs the roll cage.
Alright, try it.
Ready?
Yep.
What are you working on, Tyler?
I'm gonna make a plate for that.
Cap it
I
off.
think it's also gonna be our shifter mount. So
Nice.
just taking some dimensions.
You don't need one of those, do you?
Shifter?
Yeah.
Now where we're going. We'll see.
What are we doing paddle shifter?
Oh. Maybe air.
John, what are you doing, John?
Starting to build my brake line.
You know it's gonna be down to the wire, so you're just doing it while you can.
Ahead of the game a little bit. I'll have a little bit of time to do them.
The more we get done today, the less we're scrambling next week. Yeah, it's a good idea. So we got firewall panels all in. John got the line lock already in and plumbed. So we're gonna drop the line down for that and run it across to the front, and now, or to the back. We're gonna drop that down and go to the back and then the front. So we're moving right along. Arm's still welding up floor plates in the cage. So then we're gonna put some kicker bars in and then finish the door bars. Should be ready to rock and roll. Getting some fresh 6-inch plates cut. You can pretty much just pipe it in right here and cut what you need, huh?
Yeah, so this has a shape library. You can pick any shape that you want to make. Like if you want to make 4-hole pattern or a rectangle, circle. This we just type in rectangle 6x6, enter, pick where you want to start on the plate and go.
We need some 6-inch plates for the roll bar. Come over here, knock them out real quick. But you do this for a lot of other stuff through just prototyping and working on other products.
Yeah, usually we'll draw it up on the computer and then we'll
They're
actually
usually
import.
not just a square.
Yeah, it's usually a little more complicated than a square, obviously, but yeah, simple stuff like this, it's easy just to type it in though.
Just that easy, huh?
Isn't that easy? Then we'll just move it over, reset our 0 point right there. And we'll just hit the go button again and I'll cut another one right next to it.
Kind of the first step for most things, right?
Yeah, a lot of like flat stuff, I'll design it on the computer, I'll just print it on a piece of paper and then I'll cut it out and get my arts and crafts tools out. The shifter mount, I made a paper template because you can make 100 paper templates, it doesn't cost you anything.
And it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, oh, it's very accurate, yeah. Yeah, like I'll do that for header flanges, everything I'll do it for, so it's pretty awesome.
Got our new 6x6.
Yeah, a little bit of slag will knock that off, but
Not easier than cutting it out with a 4-inch cutoff, though.
yeah.
What do you want me to do with them? Wet pieces of crap. Woo.
Back plates.
Back plates are going in.
Woo!
Moment of truth.
Getting that rear tray dialed in.
Yeah, I figured better put a firewall since we got, you know. Everybody's like on notchbacks and stuff, just
Like a
because
mission.
they got like a cloth seat, they're like, oh, that's good enough. Do you have a fire area out? It's coming all the way forward.
Like a mission cutting some 6x9s in this.
We can do that later. When we get it ready for race week, we can.
Or just put the good old DeWalt radio in there.
Yeah, I was thinking like some wakeboard like tower things,
tower
speakers. We can just
On the outside?
put them right on a cage on the inside. Real redneck.
Oh,
All right.
Jimmy.
Moment
Moment
of
of
truth.
truth.
Let's do it. We'll probably clean that up because if it fits, it shifts.
Little nut sorts.
Yep. Nut inserts, and then we'll be ready to bolt on our cover plate or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Get it dialed in there.
Now stick the tubes through.
Here we go.
It's either going to be a laughable. Ooh, yeah. It might be hard to get that started. Might have to get them both
It's a little
started.
tight.
I have to tilt that plate back. You can. I might just have to get in there. Might be easier.
Yeah, bring it out and tilt it, and then slide the whole assembly in.
Rear bars are in it. Came down through there. Real nice.
Real nice with about 6 hands.
Right.
Here, you hold this bar. Hold that bar. I'll hold that one. You tack that one.
It's a little harder at home, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually one person. It's like, how can I ratchet strap this in place? Or
That's
tape it or
that's half the
something.
sport. You gonna pass it into you, Herm?
Yep.
Other end.
Huh?
Towards the middle of the car. Oh, back this way here. Back this way just a hair.
Our deal.
Yeah. Okay.
Somehow, us just taking rough measurements and popping it on the table over there works. Dude,
Right through.
I mean, I don't know if I could make it much nicer with the bar coming in at an angle and everything. So we just gotta pin that down. Herm's welding it.
Material can move just a little bit.
Yep.
Nice tight seal.
Dude, I got lucky.
It's easy because you can
It's always nice when you get lucky.
I usually think I'm gonna hit one of those types of situations, and this time I was not very confident in myself, and we got it.
Somehow.
This old girl's coming along, boys.
Little dash bar action.
Yeah. Well, notchy. Notch,
So on setups like this, you don't have to have a dash bar in it, but we figured we'd put one in, and then we have something to mount to, wiring or ECU or whatever. So it just gives us another place to mount some stuff to it and add some safety. Two more bars going in.
Couple more. So I think I need to break this one out.
Dash bar.
Dash bar.
A third gen
Yeah.
shirt though.
Bowling militia. Go check out.
Is that where it's at or what?
Yeah, it's a Facebook page only for third gens.
Only if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Right.
Oh,
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Oh,
You don't even have to
Jimmy.
hold it. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. That was awesome. Real decent. That was Tyler's first time coping on the Bridgeport, too. That's awesome.
Never coped on the
Nice
Bridgeport
work.
before. Here it is.
Yeah, we probably should do
Here's the
that.
bubble level.
Stuff.
Oh, getting crazy.
Shit the bed all night.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be fine.
I'm just thinking like if we want to hang clamps and stuff on it,
Oh,
we
then
need to
yeah,
make
we have
sure
to-
we have clearance,
Then let's do it lower then.
not disturb anything. Feed it to you here.
Feed it to me.
Feed it to you. Oh yeah, see, we gotta go down because it won't.
My side won't go in either.
Hitting the bar, so.
Okay. Yeah, we'll bring her. Can you pull it on your side?
Yeah.
I got mine.
All right. Make sure it cleared all this stuff. It does look pretty good. Okay. That'll do.
I'll just level it and then we'll tack it. All right,
That's close enough.
Close enough to go 8s.
Yeah.
This is
Gonna
overkill.
see it again.
This
so.
is overkill.
Yeah, this is overkill.
We're all about safety here at Motion Raceworks.
Yeah.
Getting these valve springs knocked out.
Yeah, I can't take a whole lot of credit. Brad did most of them.
Coming in on the final stretch.
Yeah, Brad had to go. Brad wanted to go eat, so we're on cylinder 7 of 8. Half of cylinder 7 of 8.
All the valve springs.
All the valve springs, all the time.
So we had to wait for the springs to get here, and then we got a tool.
Yep, I got the tool, got the springs here, and now we're just slowly getting everything dialed in.
Big fan of the Coyote stuff so far?
Well, the spring swap is a lot more intensive.
Yeah. A few more working pieces.
A lot more nooks and crannies for things to fall in and get your hands around, but it's not terrible. It's more time consuming.
Nice. There we go.
Baby spring. Not quite as baby.
Not quite as baby.
We'll call these teenager springs.
Yeah.
Just making sure everything's kind of centered back up and compress them back down.
We might have a Coyote to go in this thing.
With any luck. Brad's got all the hard work left.
Yeah.
The cams will be the harder.
Degreeing the cams is not the funnest job on these things.
So
Sounds like.
I've never done it, but
So we've heard.
yeah. Brad's done a handful of them. So we're going to trust that he knows what he's doing. James, what are you doing in here?
Trying to make it real nice. I don't want the rattles.
So we put a layer of RTV gasket maker, and then we're going to rivet it down, hoping that it'll kind of quiet down the rattles. We got the back window out of it just to kind of make things a little bit easier. We couldn't really get to the rivets on the back side to fasten everything down, so he's finishing that. We're going to rivet it down, make it all nice, clean it, paint it, and then put the back windshield back in it. That'll allow us to paint the back of the cage and everything while we're at it, because I hate rusty cages, they suck.
And not wanting to do flex seal this time.
Yeah, no flex seal. Yeah, and then we also have a bulkhead, which you guys saw earlier that Mitch was working on for the back seat area. So we're gonna stick that in, rivet it in, and then form the sheet metal from the top around it, fasten that to that, and it'll be a nice clean-ish unit.
Ish.
I mean, for the time frame, it's turning out pretty nice, so. Moving on.
Last door bar's going in, Doug.
Yep. Last bar.
Last bar, we got the rear tray riveted in. Have to do this final back firewall.
And then this should be all sealed in. Kind of knocking some of the shing out of it. It's got a little bit still because there's a little void here, but we can still work on that some. So, Doug's gonna finish up this. And we can start going back together with some of the seats, things like that.
One weld on the bottom. Feels like I'm on the home stretch.
Almost got us a hot rod.
Just down here. Almost. We got a hot rod. It's just almost finished now.
A little bit safer now.
Better find a fine luxury sedan.
Yep.
Ish.
Kinda, sorta.
Do you start to bend that stuff up there? Is it bending
No, I
over?
can. That's what I was gonna seal in. Figured we'd probably seal. I guess I could get it
Seal underneath
bent.
it, yeah, get it close and then
Yeah, like lay a bead
Yep.
and then
yep.
stick
That
it
way
on.
smoke doesn't come up there as bad.
Cage is all dead.
All done.
Now you got a billet CO2 parachute release handle
Yep.
mount.
Doing it now, that way after we paint it, I don't have to come back and grind off all the paint, because that's typically how I like to do things. AKA the hard way. So tack this up.
You got your ground up there.
Yep, ground's on there. Tack this up, weld it up, move on with my life.
Day 3.
Day 3, we are making mega headway. Yeah, I'm super pumped.
A lot more race car-ish now.
Dude, I'm super pumped. Like an hour or so of assembly, and this thing's gonna be like done inside minus wiring. Like functionally.
Yeah.
A little bit. We'll have to work on the battle boxes and the anti-roll bar, but it's like hauling along. To get a cage done in like just a little over a day is awesome.
Yeah, definitely nice.
The team kicked butt.
And a nice cage. Molly,
It's actually
tape
really
welded.
nice, yeah. Yeah, it's no bald regal cage, that's for sure. That thing looks rough. Our CO2 parachute handle is awesome, and functionally, the closer that you can get this MAC valve, or Humphrey, whatever we send it with a MAC valve, the closer you can get that to this. We did a lot of testing, and the further away that valve got, especially if it was like more than 6 to 12 inches further away from the actual hydraulic or the pneumatic ram, it just moved really slow. So the closer you get it, the harder it hits, the faster it hits, the better it works, especially if it's like a dual parachute where it's actually pulling 2 cables worth of drag. Depending on how many bends you have in your parachute cable, that'll make the cable harder to pull. So you always want that thing as close as possible. So I welded it right here, so it's just gonna have a real short line right there, and it's gonna hit hard. So I think our CO2 parachute cable release is a standard on all of our cars that need a parachute, because it's nice to just have it right at your fingertips. The cage is all painted. Actually turned out pretty nice. Waiting on that to dry, and we'll get it off the jack stands and get her dropped in. I didn't really paint that area because I guess I could come back and paint that, but for now, that guy, don't worry about that guy. But now we'll get it off the jack stands and get it pushed out the door and see if we can't get it over to the other shop so we can start dropping the engine, which Brad has finished, and trans in it so we can get measured for a drive shaft, and then pull the rear end out so we can put a gear in it, because we still have to do that, do all the rear suspension stuff, and on and on and on and on. But at least we're done with the fabrication chassis side of things. I guess we're ready for a rear windshield again. Might as well put a windshield back in it.
Looks a little more assembled than the last time we saw it.
Yeah, I guess
Got the cams in it.
He said he got
All the valve
he's getting
springs are
ready to button
finished.
it. Yeah, valve springs are finished. He's getting ready to take it back apart. The last time, put the lifters or whatever you call those back in, the followers, and assemble it. So he said by sometime later tonight he'd have it done and we'll be ready to rock and roll.
Nice.
I'm glad it's him doing this and not me, because
That does not look like a fun job.
it looks like literally zero fun. Coyote guys be cray cray.
Ford life.
I got respect for him though, man. This thing, it's
gonna be fun to play with something like different.
yeah, be fun to kind of. I mean, I've already got about 10 products in my head, I think, for between Coyote and Fox Body, so it'll be fun to go from there and see how much further it goes. That's it, guys. Just a little bit over a 24-hour cage install. It's a Midwest chassis cage. I can't give those guys enough props. That thing fit extremely well. We changed up a couple small things ourselves, so we made 2 new bars for like the kickers. But other than that, it just fell right in place and lined up, and they give you all the plates and everything. Awesome. The team was clutch, getting this thing done in a day. Cars sit at chassis shops for months, so to have a 850 ready cage in a day is awesome. We got the back area all seamed up. John started on brake lines. Looks like he's moving right along on that. And a little bit of assembly, and it should be looking pretty darn good. And we'll be ready to just finish up some stuff in the back and drop the motor and tranny in, which Brad and Andy are finishing up right now. So hopefully by tomorrow, your video tomorrow, we're actually going to take a day off. The motor will be all assembled and we'll be ready to roll. So how much more can you ask for on day 3, right?
No, it's coming together.
We started with a shell and now we're here. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We have 5 more days of just the build going. It's going to be a lot of exciting stuff. We're hoping to throw some tech tips in there. And after that, we're going to haul it down to FL2K, race the heck out of this thing, and we're shooting for an 8-second pass after 8 days of building. Super exciting. We're pumped. This thing's coming along. It's going to be a cool car when it's done. And it's going to get repurposed as a race week, drag week car, and we're going to race 26-inch tire shootouts all over the place with it. So it's got a bright future at Motion Raceworks, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.